Hello guys. Welcome back. In the beginning of the film, we see the headquarters of Guardians named Nowhere. Nobody resides here other than the Guardians. In the first scene of the film, Rocket is sitting on footsteps, flashing back at his past when he was a mere rat. After a while, he gets up and walks to the bar. Nebula and Groot are seen busy hanging aboard. Rocket gets into the bar and takes a drink. Here he meets the Star-Lord, also known as Peter Quill, who is drunk. As Star-Lord talks to him, he falls unconscious. Nebula brings him to the bed. They continue to be active at night, gossiping and pulling pranks. Rocket, on the other hand, is listening to music. As Rocket takes off his shirt, Atom attacks Rocket. Atom Warlock comes from the other planet to catch Rocket. Nebula joins the fight to save Rocket. Rocket manages to escape. Nebula attacks Atom. Atom retaliates and spares her injured. Then Groot appears. Atom slashes off his head. One by one, Atom knocks them out. Atom abandons Rocket on the verge of death. Rocket is brought to bed. Nebula checks Rocket, and she realizes that there are many machines in his body. One of them is a kill switch, which is very close to his heart, which is why their gadgets do not work. She tells them the kill switch has a pass key. She informs them that it was developed by Orgo Corp. She tells them that Rocket has 14 hours. So, to cure Rocket, they need the code to deactivate the machine, which is closer to his heart. Peter Quill, who commands the ship, takes the seat and moves the ship to the Orgo Corp. He asks Nebula to make contact with Orgo Corp. Rocket flashes back to his past, when the High Evolutionary kept him for experiments with many other creatures. High Evolutionary was experimenting to create perfect creatures. There, Rocket became friendly with others. Then we see Atom at Aridi Laboratories on the Counter-Earth planet, who reaches here just after fighting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Atom has serious injuries. There, at the laboratory, High Evolutionary arrives and threatens Atom's mom that if they do not bring him Rocket alive, he will kill their entire civilization. On the other hand, Guardians of the Galaxy's team breaks into the headquarters of Orgo Corporation. As they break into Starhawk, Gamora catches them. The Guardians are given the uniforms of Orgo Corp. Rocket is still dreaming of his past. He dreams of himself showing High Evolutionary his intelligence and mathematical skills after successful experiments made on him by High Evolutionary. High Evolutionary tells him about his ambitions of turning imperfect creatures into perfect ones. He shows Rocket a machine built to make perfect creatures. He conducts a live demonstration experiment with a turtle for Rocket. He tells Rocket that he has developed a process by which he can guide any organism through millions of years of programmed evolutionary changes in a moment. As they start the process, the turtle grows taller in a few seconds. Turtle behaves violently, and High Evolutionary tells Rocket that during this process, some proteins are created that make creatures violent. Then they burn the turtle. Then Rocket tells them about the microsamino protein, which is the true reason behind this violent behavior. This surprises High Evolutionary. He gets angry and asks Rocket how he knows about this. He decides to experiment with it. As they hold another trial, the experiment goes successfully. He asks his scientists to remove Rocket's brain so that they can use it for their purposes. Rocket is imprisoned in the cell. Rocket informs his colleagues that they will be killed tomorrow because High Evolutionary no longer needs them. He manages to make a key to unlock the cell. Late at night, Rocket manages to unlock the cell and tries to escape. He also brings his friend out with him, but he is caught. High Evolutionary murders his friend, and before Rocket flees, he attacks High Evolutionary and scratches his face with his nails in rage over his friend's death. Rocket runs out of the spaceship. On Orgo Corp, the Guardians of the Galaxy reach the decompression chamber to get code ready to cure Rocket. They take the code file and reach their spaceship. They open the file, and they realize that High Evolutionary tortured Rocket for his experiments. This is how they get to know about Rocket's past story, which he never told them. Because High Evolutionary caused Rocket so much pain, his story makes them all sad and emotional. However, they discover that the codes have been deleted, and the file contains no code. Now they have to reach Counter-Earth, where High Evolutionary is residing. They decide to move to the Counter-Earth planet. But Gamora is not in favor of it. She thinks that this is what High Evolutionary wants. She thinks this might be a trap, and he wants them to bring Rocket alive to him on his planet. So, she suggests not going there. But they do not have any other options to save Rocket. Gamora contacts a friend and asks for assistance in getting them to the planet Counter-Earth. On the other hand, Atom reaches the decompression chamber to get the location of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Here Atom comes to know that they have left for the Counter-Earth planet. On the other side, all the Guardians of the Galaxy land on the Counter-Earth planet, where High Evolutionary resides. Here, they find that there are humans-like creatures. High Evolutionary created them through his experiments. The creatures get a bit scared. The Guardians of the Galaxy tell them they are not here to harm them. They throw stones at the Guardians of the Galaxy. As they get more offensive, Groot gets angry and grows larger. He makes them run away. One of them falls down on the road and gets her leg injured. Peter asks her not to be afraid of them. Later, they became friendly. She brings them to their home. They are served with some drinks. On the other hand, Adam is about to reach the Counter-Earth planet. Peter shows one of the creatures a sketch of Recorder Thiel and inquires as to where he resides. She tells him about Thiel. So they leave to reach Thiel, who is with High Evolutionary. Gamora stays with Rocket to take care of him. High Evolutionary is busy in his experiments with evil thoughts. He has created a girl and been running her for the last 2 hours. When Thiel arrives to tell him about the Guardians of the Galaxy, he tells him that this one has been running for 2 hours without breathing or sweating, and she can survive on 30 calories a day and 1 hour of sleep. On the way to Aridi Laboratory, the Guardians of the Galaxies are stopped on checkpost by Aridi guards, who tell them that High Evolutionary is waiting for you. Nebula says to Peter that Gamora was right about this. They check them and they allow Groot and Peter to get in. Nebula is stopped outside at the checkpoint. Here we see the previous moments of Rocket when he ran away from the laboratory. On the other hand, Drax gets impeccably impatient while waiting. He pulls down a creature and grabs the motorbike from it. Mantis says that he is asked to stay with Rocket, to which he replies that he does not follow what he is asked, but what he wants, and he asks Mantis to join him, which she does. Peter and High Evolutionary argue with each other. High Evolutionary tells Peter that once he visited their Earth, he was impressed by their art, music, and discoveries, which motivated him to create his own planet, and he created a planet that he named Counter-Earth. Then the War Pig is asked to bring Rocket. War Pig reaches the spaceship of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he picks up Rocket. Before he gets out, Gamora attacks him. Both fight each other, but Gamora is unable to fight with War Pig. Adam appears and kills War Pig by chopping off his head. On the other side, High Evolutionary orders to kill Peter and Groot, and he also gives command to destroy the Counter-Earth planet before he leaves. Groot blasts a small bomb. Peter and Groot fight, and they jump out of the Aridi with Thiel. High Evolutionary's army starts missiling on the Counter-Earth planet. Nebula, Drax, and Mantis get confused about where to go. Mantis raises her finger to the High Evolutionary ship. Aridi starts taking off to fly. Gamora picks up Rocket and exits the ship, but as she looks around, missiles are falling all over the place, so she gets back in the ship and takes a seat to command it. Adam moves to his ship, which is also under attack, to save his mom, but a missile hits their ship, which kills his mother and vanishes their ship. Nebula, Drax, and Mantis run to enter the Aridi. Gamora cannot fly the ship of the Guardians of the Galaxy. She is unable to fly it and loses control of it. After falling to the surface, Peter takes the chip off Thiel's head with his knife. Gamora asks Peter about the ship to stop it. Peter tells her to pull the handle harder, which she does, and the ship stops before crashing on Peter. The Counter-Earth has almost been destroyed. Drax, Nebula, and Mantis have jumped on the Aridi. As the ship gets higher, Drax, Nebula, and Mantis feel cold and have heavy breath because of the lack of oxygen. Drax breaks the door, and they get into the spaceship. Nebula turns on the lights, and they find a lot of children in small cages. Before the total destruction of the Counter-Earth planet, Gamora and Peter manage to take off their spaceship. On the other hand, Drax breaks the locks and opens cages to take children out. Peter reaches out to Rocket to cure him. Rocket crashes as Peter enters the code. Rocket dreams of his friends Lilla, Teefs, and Floor during his near-death experience. Lilla says his time has not come yet as Peter deactivates the kill switch and restarts Rocket's heart. As Rocket stops breathing, Peter cries. They think that he has died. Peter keeps pressing his chest. After a while, Rocket wakes up. Nebula contacts Peter and tells him that they have been struck on High Aridi. They keep talking for a while, and Peter tells them that Rocket is fine. Suddenly, High Evolutionary speaks. High Evolutionary catch Drax, Nebula, and Mantis and keep them as hostages. Recorder Vim asks High Evolutionary not to get into an unnecessary conflict with the Guardian of the Galaxy. Drax, Nebula, and Mantis are locked on the spaceship. The Guardians of the Galaxy team up to fight the High Evolutionary. Both engage in an intense fight. The Guardian of the Galaxy attacks Aridi. High Evolutionary sends his creatures to attack Nowhere. High Evolutionary asks to open the 3 monsters' obelisks. Recorder Vim tells him that if they do this, they will lose their bargaining power. But High Evolutionary does not listen. They open the monsters. Adam attacks Peter's spaceship. Their spaceship crashes, but Rocket reaches to help them. Drax, Nebula, and Mantis befriend 3 monstrous obelisks to escape. Recorder Vim gets angry at High Evolutionary over losing the war. They argue with each other, and Recorder Vim pulls the gun on High Evolutionary. She tells her Soilders that she is going to take charge of Aridi, and her Soilders obey her orders. This makes High Evolutionary angry, and he kills Recorder Vim's crew using his power. The Guardians delay leaving Aridi, choosing to rescue the Star Children. They fight with the High Evolutionary's forces. Drax reaches the Star Children and breaks the cage's locks, who escape to Nowhere via a tunnel constructed by Cosmo's telekinesis. They take Star Children to Nowhere. Rocket is overcome with emotion as he discovers raccoons and numerous other creatures locked up before leaving. At that moment, High Evolutionary appears and attacks Rocket. Before he kills Rocket, Rocket manages to retaliate. Other Guardians arrive and attack the High Evolutionary. Gamora stabs him. As he falls, they remove his mask and discover that his face has been scratched to the bone. This is what Rocket did to him when he escaped. Prior to the collapse of Aridi, all the monsters and other creatures jumped onto Nowhere. Guardians also reach Nowhere via a tunnel, except Peter. On Aridi, Peter is bogged down. Peter falls into space as Aridi collapses. The temperature in space is minus 270.45 degrees Celsius, which causes Peter to freeze. Adam finds Peter and takes him to Nowhere. In the last scene, we see the new Guardians, which include Rocket, Groot, Kraglin, Cosmo, Adam, Phyla, one of the saved Star Children, and Adam's pet Blurp, embark on a new mission. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and subscribe. Take care, and see you next time.